Hey there, Horne-Ellstrom here. Today we are going to talk about our mental well-being, and we're going to use a tool and an exercise learned actually from Dean Graciosi, and I probably have mentioned this before because we're going to talk about it every month with respect to the area that we're focusing on. This month we're focusing on mental well-being, mental health, mental areas and aspects of our life. And so we're going to use this exercise called the 7 Why exercises. And as you can see, I am struggling with my backwards writing skills today. It wasn't thinking when I was writing. I was just numbering our whys, because what we're going to do is we're going to think about how we do this exercise is we think about something that we want with respect to our mental well-being. So I could choose, and I wrote down a couple of options. I want to be a better storyteller. I've mentioned that. And that's what I was originally going to do, and I changed my mind today, of course, because I change my mind a lot when I'm doing these. And then I thought, okay, we could talk about limiting beliefs. We could talk about thoughts. We could talk about open mind, flexible, positive mindset, whatever is something that you want. State what you want on the top of the page. So I'm going to do, I want to know and believe that I can do, be, and have anything I set my mind to. Anything I decide I want to go for, I can do, be, and have. And so I'm going to ask myself a series of 7 whys and keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper to get down to the real nitty-gritty and reasons and things that will motivate me when believing that is a challenge, when doing that and taking action toward that gets hard. I have a whole bunch of reasons and a whole really deep reasons for why I want to work on that, why I want to achieve that, why I want to make that belief or that thought a part of my life. So let me run through an example, and I'm just going to do this off the top of my head. So if I say I want to believe and know that I can do, be, and have whatever I want, well, why do I want that? Well, I want that because just like every other human being, I want my wants and desires to come true. I want to know that I have the ability to create the things that I want in my life. So why do I want that? Well, it sets the direction for my life. It tells me what I'm working toward. If I believe with 100% certainty that I can do, be, and have whatever I want, then I'm going to take different actions. I'm going to be much more likely to take action than if I didn't know what I was working toward. So I can think of something that I want, and I can ask myself all the reasons that I want that specific thing. So maybe I should be doing a really specific thing that I want. Maybe I want a better memory. Maybe I want to be able to study a subject, remember it, and then apply it immediately. Whatever. But I'm going to keep it general for this one because I'm kind of trying to tie it into the false belief that I'm not good enough or I don't deserve to have the things that I want and desire. So what's the next why of that? Why is it setting the direction for what I'm working towards so important? Well, that I know, because then I know whether I'm moving towards something I want or not. If we don't have a target, if we don't have something that we're aiming for, if we don't know what we want, if we don't have that end in mind, then we'll just do whatever. We'll go whatever direction. And we might go, a week, a month, a year, a decade down the road and find out we haven't really gone anywhere. We've stayed in the same place doing the same thing over and over and over again. And as humans, and me as a human, I want to know that I'm making progress, but I have to know where I'm going in order to be able to gauge if I'm making progress or not. So it's very important that I know whether I'm moving toward or away from that goal or objective. Then the next why, well, why do I want to know if I'm moving toward it or away from it or not? It's the only way to get what I want is to take action toward it. If I'm not taking action, if I'm not moving toward it, then I'm never going to achieve it, right? I'm never going to get there. If I'm driving to Chicago and I never get in the car and turn on the engine and get on the freeway and start driving toward Chicago, I'm never going to get there. But I have to know that I'm going to Chicago or Texas or New York or California or Vegas or wherever I'm going. I have to have my destination in mind. And then I can tell, am I getting closer? Because we'll see the mile marker signs along the way that say, 200 miles to Dallas or wherever. And then why do I want that? Why do I want to know if I'm moving toward it? And why do I want to know, and why do I want it to be easier to take action towards something? Because as I have milestones and steps and little celebrations along the way, I know that I'm making progress, but I'm also rewarding myself along the way. It's an opportunity I put to exercise my personal power. I know that I can make a difference in my own life if I'm achieving and moving toward things that I want. Why do I want that? Because I want to be an example for the people I love and care about and for other people in the world as well. I want to set an example, a positive, good example for other people. And why do I want that? Because I want sincerely to make the world a better place. I want to know that the world is better because I have been here, not that I was just here and it didn't matter, or that I was here and I actually made things worse for anyone or anything, right? I want to make sure that I leave a legacy that is positive and an example for my kids, and I leave, some things behind that make a difference, that don't make the world a worse place. Guess what? I used to think everybody wanted to make the world a better place, and that was so naive. I laugh when I think about it now, because a lot of people don't want to make the world a better place. They just want to survive or get as much as they can for themselves, and they don't care about anyone else. And I didn't actually believe that there were people. I guess I knew there were people like that in the world, but I didn't realize how many. So I want to make a positive difference in the world. And a lot of people say that, but they don't really believe it and they don't really mean it. I know for the longest time, I was focused on just taking care of myself, then taking care of my family, then just surviving. I've been in, we've all been in those up and down survival modes. And probably up till 50, when I had my sudden cardiac arrest, I was focused on a very, very small pie, and mostly just my survival and my family's survival. And that's because I was focusing on the wrong things. I was focusing on money, business, business, business. I had a one-track mind, and that's pretty much the only track I was on. And by ignoring other areas and aspects of my life, it actually caused me to not almost have a life. And so I think that this 7 Why exercise, and this isn't the best example I've given. If you go to the Get Up and Go Challenge page, I've got at least 10 other examples of it on there, maybe 11 or 12, but at least 10 of different wants that I've gone through. Again, off the top of my head, what do I want? Why do I want it? Why do I want that? 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 Because it gets us down to, a lot of times it will remind us or trigger a childhood experience that we've totally forgotten about, that is enforced a false belief in us, that the belief that we don't deserve or we're not good enough to have anything and everything we want and desire comes from somewhere way back in our childhood. Mine was like when I was 2 or 3. And on top of that, then, I don't even remember what the experience was now, because I haven't looked at it for a long time and I just let it go. But I had an experience when I was like a 2 or 3-year-old child. And then on top of that experience where I didn't feel good enough or that I didn't deserve, every other time something didn't go my way, I piled that on to the I'm not good enough, I don't deserve, till I had thousands and thousands of examples and piles of evidence saying that I wasn't good enough and I didn't deserve. Now, was it all made up? Well, it was all experiences I had, but it was my twisted interpretation of those experiences that made them supply the belief and the legs for the table behind the belief not good enough or don't deserve. So our action item today is just to pick something that you want, some mental thing that you want, and then ask yourself 7 times, why do you want it? Why do you want it? And then just share in the comments below any, one lesson learned or one idea, or, hey, this was really hard for me, or this was really easy, or this was powerful, or this was a waste of time, or I don't think I did it right, I need to do it again. Whatever is your experience, share that. And I will be with you tomorrow, and we're going to probably talk about ways to become mentally strong. I don't think that was our topic, but I found some really interesting ideas on mental strength and being mentally strong and resilient. And if we're mentally strong and resilient, we can get through anything, and we can get anything that we want. All right. Have an awesome day. Any questions, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.